So let's take a look at 35 through 38. So what solid in 3D, so imagine this is a 3D object, is produced by rotating the triangle about line B. So about line B is basically line B, um, which happens to be this whole line, is going to be where I'm going to be rotating everything. So if I rotate the top, it will give me a big circle, right? I'm rotating it, it gives me a circle. I keep on doing it. Look at like somewhere over here, it gives me a smaller circle. And let's say I was to put this point, gives me a small circle. Now notice what shape is that? I'm gonna say, oh, well, this case is gonna be a cone with radius 15, right? I'm gonna write some information here with radius 15. How do I know? Because that's the radius up here. That's gonna be this distance. And height of 5. How do I know? That's the height. It's right there. I'm going to get a cone with radius 15 and the height of 5. Now let's imagine looking at number 36. What solid in 3D is produced by rotating the circle 180 degrees about line N? So I'm going to rotate everything on line N. So let's say I have this point and it goes something like this. And then I have this other point. And then I'm starting to imagine, okay, what does this shape look like? I'm gonna say a sphere. This looks like a sphere with radius 11. That's the number that I had there. It's a sphere with the radius 11. Pretty cool. Now we're starting to imagine things in 3D, starting to imagine our solids. Let's take a look at number 37. Line A bisects the rectangle. So bisects means it goes in the middle. Okay, so I see this whole thing is 36. I'm gonna say each of this is 18. Okay, because it cuts it in the middle. What solid in 3D object is produced by rotating the rectangle about line A? So around line A. So I see that this will create like a circle there. This will create like a circle and like a circle, but it happens to be the same size of a circle. So in that case, I'm going to call this a cylinder. This is a cylinder with radius 18. Remember, that's where I got that, with radius 18 and height. Oh, what's this information? Oh, I see it right there. Height 10. So it's a cylinder with radius 18 and height of 10. Pretty cool. Now, what solid in 3D object is produced by rotating the triangle about line Z? Oh, notice that this thing, the triangle is not touching the line. So if I rotate this point, it's going to give me something like that. And then if I rotate this point, it's going to give me, so it kind of looks like a cone, right? However, it's going to be a space inside. It's going to be like a cone with a cylinder inside. So we're going to call it a hollow cone frustum with a height of, what's the height? That's this information right here, right? That's the 5, the height of 5. So matter of fact, I'm gonna say the cylinder in the inside has a radius of 1. And then the cone has a radius of 7, not 6. Because remember, I had to add the 1 in the inside. So it has a radius of 7. Pretty cool.